Have you ever stood in the middle of a room and completely forgotten why you walked in there in the first place? Or perhaps you found yourself struggling to recall the name of a neighbor you have known for years, only to have it pop into your head hours later when it no longer matters. We often tend to laugh these moments off as senior moments or just a natural part of getting older. But if we are being honest with ourselves, there is a small part of us that feels a flicker of genuine concern. As we cross the threshold of 50, our brain becomes our most precious asset, and the thought of it losing its edge can be quite daunting. However, I want you to take a deep breath and listen closely because your brain is remarkably resilient, and it is constantly sending you signals about what it needs to stay sharp and vibrant. Instead of looking toward a medicine cabinet filled with expensive synthetic supplements, I want to invite you into the kitchen where the real magic of cognitive longevity happens. What if the secret to supercharging your memory and protecting your mind for the next 30 or 40 years was hidden right in your grocery basket? Today, we are going to embark on a deep dive into the science of neuronutrition, focusing on 7 extraordinary foods that do not just feed your body, but literally rebuild your brain cells from the inside out. By the time we are finished today, you will have a completely new perspective on your daily meals, and you will feel empowered, knowing that you have the tools to keep your mind as sharp as a tack well into your golden years. Let us start our journey with something small but incredibly powerful that you likely see in the produce aisle every single week, and I am talking about blueberries. In the world of geriatric nutrition, we often refer to these tiny, vibrant gems as brain berries, and for a very good reason. You see, as we age, our brain cells are under constant attack from something called oxidative stress, which you can think of as a sort of internal rusting. This rust slows down the communication between your neurons, making your thoughts feel sluggish. Blueberries are packed with a specific group of plant compounds called anthocyanins, which give them that deep, beautiful color, but more importantly, act as a high-powered cleaning crew for your brain. These antioxidants cross the blood-brain barrier and take up residence in the areas of the brain responsible for memory and intelligence. They do not just protect the cells you already have, they actually improve the way your brain cells talk to each other. I have seen research showing that seniors who incorporate these berries into their daily routine often see a measurable improvement in their cognitive speed and short-term recall within just a few months. It is one of the easiest and most delicious ways to give your brain a daily protective shield. Moving from the fruit bowl to the spice rack, there is a golden treasure that has been used for thousands of years but is only now getting the scientific recognition it deserves in the West, and that is turmeric. If you enjoy a good curry, you are already familiar with its warm, earthy flavor, but the real hero here is a compound called curcumin. For those of us over 50, curcumin is a fascinating ally because it is one of the few substances that can actually enter the brain directly to fight inflammation. Chronic inflammation is often the silent culprit behind many age-related memory issues and even more serious conditions like Alzheimer's disease. Curcumin helps by clearing out something called amyloid plaques, which are essentially toxic protein buildups that can clog the superhighways of your thoughts. While adding a pinch of turmeric to your morning eggs or a roasted vegetable dish is a wonderful habit. I often tell my patients to pair it with a little bit of black pepper, because that increases the absorption by 2,000%. This simple combination could be one of the most potent natural defenses you have against mental decline. It is truly remarkable how a simple root can perform such complex biological miracles within our nervous system. Now, I want to talk about something that might surprise you because it involves the very structure of your brain, and that is fatty fish. You may have heard that fat is bad for you, but when it comes to your head, nothing could be further from the truth. because your brain is actually about 60% fat. However, it needs the right kind of fat to function properly. Fish like wild-caught salmon, trout, and sardines are overflowing with omega-3 fatty acids, which are the literal building blocks of your brain and nerve cells. Think of these fats as the high-quality insulation on the electrical wiring of your house. Without enough omega-3s, your brain struggles to learn new things, and your mood can even start to dip into feelings of depression or anxiety. We have found that people who eat fish at least twice a week tend to have more gray matter in their brains, which is the part that controls your emotions, your memory, and your decision-making processes. If you are worried about your memory failing you as you age, increasing your intake of these healthy fats is like giving your brain a much-needed structural renovation. It is never too late to start nourishing these cells, and the rewards for your clarity and focus can be life-changing. While we are on the topic of healthy snacks, we simply cannot overlook the power of seeds, and specifically pumpkin seeds. Often relegated to a seasonal treat, these small seeds are actually nutritional powerhouses for the aging mind. They are exceptionally high in zinc, which is a mineral that acts like a traffic controller for the nerve signals in your brain. A deficiency in zinc has been closely linked to many neurological conditions that affect seniors, including Parkinson's and general cognitive decline. But pumpkin seeds do not stop there. They are also one of the best sources of magnesium, which is essential for learning and memory. Many people over 50 suffer from low magnesium without even realizing it, which can manifest as brain fog, migraines, or even a feeling of constant fatigue. By simply adding a handful of these seeds to your salad or yogurt, you are providing your brain with the copper and iron it needs to keep your thoughts flowing smoothly and your energy levels high. It is a small change that yields massive biological dividends, and as you start to feel that mental fog lifting, you will realize just how much of an impact these tiny nutrients can have on your daily life. As we continue our walk through the grocery store, we have to stop and pay our respects to the humble broccoli. I know some people have a complicated relationship with this vegetable, but for anyone over 50, it should be considered a non-negotiable part of the diet. Broccoli is incredibly rich in vitamin K, and just 1 cup provides more than 100% of your daily requirement. This is vital because vitamin K is involved in the creation of a special type of fat called sphingolipids, which are densely packed into our brain cells to keep them healthy and responsive. Studies in older adults have shown that those with higher vitamin K levels have significantly better memory and cognitive performance. Beyond the vitamin K, broccoli is also full of anti-inflammatory compounds that protect your brain from damage caused by environmental toxins. If you want to keep your mind sharp and your logic intact, this green giant is your best friend. It is about more than just physical health. It is about preserving the essence of who you are by protecting the very cells that hold your memories and your personality. Speaking of preservation, let us talk about nuts and why they are a quintessential brain food for the long haul. Research has consistently shown a strong link between heart health and brain health because your brain depends on a steady and robust flow of oxygenated blood. Nuts, particularly walnuts, are loaded with healthy fats, antioxidants, and vitamin E, which act as personal bodyguards for your brain cells. Vitamin E shields the membranes of your cells from free radical damage, which is one of the primary drivers of mental decline as we get older. I find it fascinating that a walnut even looks like a tiny human brain, and it seems nature was giving us a hint all along, because walnuts are uniquely high in DHA, a type of omega-3 fatty acid that has been shown to improve cognitive performance in adults. Incorporating a variety of nuts into your diet is like taking out an insurance policy for your mind. It is a simple habit that supports your cardiovascular system while simultaneously feeding your intellect, and it is these small, consistent choices that lead to a vibrant and independent lifestyle as the years go by. If you are finding these insights helpful and want to continue learning how to take control of your health naturally, I would love for you to stay connected with us so you never miss an opportunity to enhance your well-being. Finally, we have to talk about that beloved morning ritual that so many of us cherish, and that is a good cup of coffee. If you were worried that your daily caffeine habit was a guilty pleasure, I have some wonderful news for you. Coffee is actually a potent brain booster because it provides a unique combination of caffeine and antioxidants. Caffeine works by blocking a chemical called adenosine, which is the substance that makes you feel sleepy and unfocused. But it goes deeper than just waking you up. It also boosts the production of feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine, which can significantly lift your mood and improve your concentration throughout the morning. Long-term studies have even suggested that regular coffee consumption might be linked to a reduced risk of neurological diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's in older adults. Of course, moderation is key, and we want to be mindful of how it affects our sleep. But that morning cup is doing a lot more for your brain health than you might have realized. It is a perfect example of how the things we enjoy can also be the things that keep us healthy and vibrant. As we look back at these 7 incredible foods — blueberries, turmeric, fatty fish, pumpkin seeds, broccoli, nuts, and coffee — it becomes clear that we have a tremendous amount of influence over our own cognitive destiny. Your brain is not a static organ that simply wears out. It is a dynamic living system that responds to every nutrient you give it. When you choose to fill your plate with these brain-boosting powerhouses, you are doing more than just eating a meal. You are investing in your future self. You are protecting your ability to share stories with your grandchildren, to learn new hobbies, and to stay engaged with the world around you. I want you to remember that it is never too late to start, and even the smallest change today can lead to a much brighter and clearer tomorrow. Your health is the most valuable thing you own, and your mind is the seat of your entire experience. So let us treat it with the respect and the nourishment it deserves. I am so glad we could spend this time together, exploring the incredible connection between nutrition and the aging brain, and I look forward to seeing you continue on this journey toward a healthier and sharper life. Until next time, stay curious, stay active, and keep nourishing that wonderful mind of yours.